Okay. Okay, so yeah, for today, we're going to start now. Okay, so for today, we're going to discuss a new applications of definite integrals, and this has something to do with moment of mass and centroids. So most probably you have heard the word centroid. No, centroid is a secondary part of a triangle that is the point of intersection of all the medians. Hold on. Why are you not working? The moment of mass, as you can read on your screen, if a particle of mass m is located at a distance r from a fixed point, line, or plane, the product mr is called the moment of mass or the product moment, and it's denoted by capital M with respect to a point, line, or plane. Okay. Again, when we talk about a centroid, that is a secondary part of a triangle, and say this is your triangle with vertices A, B, and C. And then you draw the medians. The medians are segments drawn from the vertex uh, to the midpoint of the opposite side. So this is the midpoint. Okay. Let me just use another color. And then this is a midpoint. And then from vertex B to the midpoint of the segment AC, and then from vertex C, sorry, to the midpoint of the segment AB. So the point of intersection is what we call the centroid. Whereas the point of intersection of all the altitudes is called orthocenter. Okay, one more. The point of intersection of all the altitudes naman of a triangle is what you call orthocenter. Altitude, that is a segment drawn from the vertex of a triangle perpendicular to its opposite side. Okay, perpendicular to its opposite side. That is what you call orthocenter, and that is our topic for today. But let's talk about the moment of mass again, as defined. Excuse me. If a particle of mass m is located at a distance r from a fixed point, line, or plane, the product m times r is what we call the moment of mass or the product moment. Okay, so that is m times r. Okay, hold on for a moment. Okay, so say the moment of mass, where's my, wala. Yeah, okay. The moment of mass m is equal to the product of its mass times its distance to the reference line, point, or plane. And for a two-dimensional system, we have two moment of masses. We have two moments. Okay, we have two moments of mass: moment in x and moment in y. So when we talk about the moment of x, that is the product of the mass of the particle times its distance with respect to the x-axis. Moment in y, that's the mass of the particle times its distance to the y-axis. Which means when we talk about the moment in x, our reference axis is the x-axis. Reference axis is the x-axis. And when we talk about the moment of y, the reference axis here is the y-axis. Okay, so say for example, I will locate a particle. Yeah, a particle is any object that you can say here. Oops. This is a particle with mass equal to say 2. And then this is located, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count with me. You check what I'm writing on on the screen. 6, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that is located at 6, 7. Okay, that is a particle of mass equal to 2 located at the point 6, 7. Okay, so we draw the distances. So from the particle to the x-axis. So that is your Rx. And from the particle to the, oh, sorry, it's yeah, it's Rx, but that's the distance of the particle to the x-axis. And this one is your Ry. That's the distance of the particle to the y-axis. Okay, when you look at it, how far is the particle to the x-axis? Can I hear someone? Anyone?
7
7
po.
po. What did you get? What component?
7
Oh yeah, thank you. What did you get? What component of the
y-axis po.
Okay, that's the y component, right? And what about the distance of the particle to the y-axis?
6 po.
6. Oh,
6
you
po.
get the
X component.
X-axis.
Okay, so you will always remember what you are telling me, ha? Kasi that will be the foundation when we discuss the the moment of mass and the centroid of area of rectangular region, and moment of mass and centroid of volume of solid of revolution. I am drawing you closer to finding the centroid of a region bounded by different curves. Kaya you always have to remember what you are telling me. That's why I keep on asking you. I know yeah, I know the answer, but I keep on asking you so that you can get acquainted with the lesson, okay? And the topic that we are discussing. So yung mga sinasagot niyo sa akin, those are the things that we are going to apply later on. And you will remember, you will understand what I'm talking about later. Okay, so when we talk about the moment of mass, so you have mx is equal to mass equal to 2 times its distance to the x-axis, that's 7. So that is equal to 14. And my is equal to 2 times its distance to the y-axis, that is 6, and that is equal to 12. So the moments of mass is equal to 14 and 12 when referring to the x and the y-axis respectively. Okay, now let's add some more. For if n particles of masses m1, m2, m3 running until mn minus 1, mn are located at the points p1, x1, y1, p2, x2, y2, running until pn, xn, yn respectively, then the moment of mass of this system of n particles with respect to the coordinate axis, I will replace this with replace to the coordinate axis. Is given by moment in y is equal to summation of mi xi, where I runs from 1 to n, and moment in x is equal to the summation of mi yi, where I runs from 1 to n. So let's moment in x is equal to m1, and then what are we getting? What component we're using? If we're looking for the moment in x, we are using
Y
the
component.
Y po.
That's
Y
y1, okay, plus m2, y2, plus running until mn, yn. That is why in summation notation, you write this as mi, yi, where I runs from 1 to n. That is our moment in x. Okay, and then for moment in y equals m1, what component?
X component.
Okay.
X po.
Okay. x2 plus mn, xn, and summation notation, that's mi, xi, where I runs from 1 to n. Medyo nakakalito yung notation dito, ha? And you take a look on what I'm writing on the screen. Sometimes baka I interchange x and y. Okay, yeah, you have to remember always that when we are looking for the moment of x, moment in x, we're using the y components of the points, and when moment in y, we're using the x component. Yeah, moment in y, x component. Say I'll be adding some more. Let me see. Say I will add points here, and this is P2 located at what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's negative 5. Then 1, 2, 3, right? With mass equal to, say, 4. And then another point, let me see, somewhere here. It's P3 located at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, negative 5 with mass equal to, let me see, say 1. Okay, then let's compute the moment of mass, the moments. Let's compute the moments of mass of this system. The system consists of 3 particles. Ito yon. It consists of 3 particles. Okay, and then connect natin. I'll be using other color. Let me use green. Okay, and this is our system. It's a triangle. Sorry. Right? So what are we going to do? We draw the distances to the x and then to the y-axis. Distances to the x, and obviously the distance of this particle to the y-axis is 0. Okay, and then this is your r what? Rx. This is your r y, and this is your r y. Am I right? Oh, it's Rx, sorry. It's Rx. See? I am interchanging the sorry. This is Ry, distance to the y-axis, and this is Rx, distance to the x-axis, and this is Rx, distance to the x-axis. Yeah. And you will see that when I draw vertical distance, it's the reference axis is the x-axis. When I draw horizontal distance, the reference axis is the y-axis. Yeah. That's what I'm going to remember. So we have moment in x is equal to the masses are 2 times plus, this one is 4 times plus, then 1. Oops. 1 times, then let's put on the distances. This is moment in x, so we are getting all the y components. Am I right? 7.
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
So this is 2. You check my computation, what I'm writing here. Am I doing it right?
Yes po.
Okay, I'm getting the y component. So we have 14. Make your calculators ready. 14 plus 8, 22 minus 5. Am I right?
Sir,
70.
yes po.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Hindi po ba 3 po yung
Oh, which one?
RX po
See?
na?
Rx, where is it? Where is it?
Nasa P2 po.
Ay, yeah. Oo nga. Sorry. This is 3. Sorry for the bad writing. Oo nga. It's 3. And then, compute natin ulit. Sorry for the bad writing. Or can I make this a little bigger? Huwag na lang. 14 plus 12. 29 minus 5. How much? That becomes 24.
21. 21 po, sir. 21 lang po, 21.
Sorry, ba't ang bobo ko ngayong araw? Sorry. Kasi ito ay 14. Ito ay 12. Nga naman, 26 lang. Sorry ang bobo ko ngayong araw. That's 21. Okay, then moment in y. Moment in y. So, ganun ulit. You just write the masses. Plus 1. Actually, this is what I'm doing every time I'm resolving for the moments. Then, saka ko nilalagay yung components sa loob. So, moment in y, we are using the x components. Oh, you just tell me what to write here. This is 6. Then, this is negative 5. Okay, go.
0 po.
Okay, and then we compute. $12. Negative 20?
Negative 8, sir po.
Negative 8 po.
Negative 8 po.
Alright. Okay, tama na yan, no? Okay. Now, let's go back to the figure. Since we now have a system of n particles, this time it's a system of 3 particles, and with masses equal to 2, 4, and 1. So, on this system, there is a point wherein the masses will be concentrated. Okay, one more. There is a point on the system wherein the masses will be concentrated, and that is what you call centroid. Now, I'll write it here. That is what we call centroid. Liitin natin ng konti. It's 14 lang. So what is the centroid again? Oops, not responding. Okay. The centroid is the center of gravity. You're a civil engineering. Whenever you erect or you build a building, so you have to consider the center of gravity. When you wish, lalo na yung mga high rises na building, okay? That's the center of gravity, and that is where the masses, a point where the masses are concentrated. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if we stand all in a, say for example, in a platform, no? Tumayo tayong lahat sa platform. And then we exerted a force because we have masses. And then there is a point on the platform wherein our masses will be concentrated. And that point is what we call centroid. And that is denoted by this notation. It's a point, so it must be written this way: bar x, bar y. Okay. Now, when we compute for the centroid, you know that bar x, say for example, this I have here, oops. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and I'll draw a rectangle, and I will locate the centroid. If this is of equal masses, this one, if they are of equal masses, and then the centroid is located, where do you think?
At the center po.
The center, so exactly at the middle. Okay, so ibig sabihin, this is your bar x, and this is your bar y, right? Am I right?
Yes po.
Because
Yes po.
this is bar x, bar y. Okay, which means when you wish to look for bar x, you are drawing the distance, perpendicular distance to the y-axis, and bar y, the perpendicular distance to the x-axis. Am I right?
Yes po.
Okay. And since we're working on the perpendicular distance to the y-axis, what moment is associated to this? Moment of time. No joke. Moment of what?
Moment of x po.
Moment of, read it again.
Moment
Y po, sir.
Okay. Okay. And then, which means when you're looking for bar x, we're using moment in y. And when we're looking for bar y, we are using
Moment of x po.
okay, moment in x, which means the sum total of all the masses times bar x is equal to moment in y, and the sum total of all the masses times bar y is equal to the moment in x. And then it follows that bar x is equal to moment in y over the sum total of all the masses, and bar y is moment in x divided by the sum total of all the masses. Okay? Or, let's write this as a sum. Bar x is equal to, on the denominator, m1 plus m2 plus m3 running until mn. Okay, and then on the numerator, it's moment in y. How do we write moment in y? Moment in y here. Okay, I'll just put this on the numerator. Moment in y. That's it. Kaya ba? Hold on. Modify ko lang. Okay. So, equals, in summation notation, summation of, you take note of this, mi, xi, where I runs from 1 to n, all over summation of mi, where I runs from 1 to n. And you have to remember this because this is the same formula that we are going to use when we reach, the centroid of area of the region bounded by different curves. And then, with reference to this equation, how do you write moment of y? Can I hear someone? M1?
Y1 plus M2, Y2, running from Mn, Yn, sir.
On the denominator, yeah. Parehas lang sila ng denominator. Oops, sorry. Equals summation of mi, xi. Oh, no, it's yi. Where I runs from 1 to n, summation of mi, where I runs from 1 to n. I hope you're getting this right. Okay. Okay, let's compute for the moment of mass of this system. Where will I write it? We already have our mx. We already have our my. Then we're now ready to get the centroid. Equals bar x. Bar x. We are using moment in
Y po.
y po. So that's -8 all over the sum total of all the masses. Right? Oh, hold on. I'll just copy this part. Okay. And then all over 2 plus 4 plus 1. So that is -8 all over 7. So that's -8 over 7. Okay? Then, bar y. For bar y, we are using moment in x. So moment in x, we copy this part. Okay? Then, all over 2 plus 4 plus 1. Bar y equals, that's 21 over 7, or this is equal to 3. So the centroid is located at -8 over 7, 3. Where can we find it? So, sir, how do we know whether we got it correctly or not? So you just locate this point and it should be inside the system. So if it is outside the system, then we got it wrong. So that's 3, -8 over 7, 3. -8 over 7 is located somewhere here. It's -8 over 7. It's -1 point something. No, it's here. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is where you can find the centroid. And I think we got this correctly because, as you can see, the heaviest mass belongs to particle 2, right? This is the centroid. -8 over 7, 3. Yeah, I think so. Because this is 4 and this 2 combined is only 3, which means the centroid can be found closer to particle 3 because it has the heaviest mass. Right? Tama ba yung assumption ko? You agree with me?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay, so that's it. And then, that's the centroid. Let's talk about the centroid of a plane region, rectangle. Okay. Oops. Kaya pa ba? I think we can no longer use this part. Let me move on the other side. Let me see. Okay, I'll just place it here. And let me draw this one. And make it a little smaller. This is the x-axis. Oh, sige, okay lang. The y-axis, sorry. The y-axis. I'll make it black. I'll make it a little bigger. And then I'll make another one for the x-axis. Okay, and then I will draw a region, rectangle. Okay, that's the rectangle. Then, where can we find the centroid again if this is of equal masses?
Sa gitna po.
The center po.
Okay, and then let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's somewhere located. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at 2, right?
Yes
It's at
po.
2. Okay, kasi this one is 4. So the center is located at half of this. Okay, and the next, taas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think it's 5. So this is 10. Right? Therefore, the centroid is located at 2, 5. Am I right? Where is that centroid? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere here. That is the centroid. Okay? The next, I'll make another one. This time, I'll make it composite. Okay. Let me draw again the y-axis, the x-axis. Hanggang dito na lang siya. So, can make a little bigger. And then we draw the rectangle. I'll place it here. Oops, cannot be. That's it. Then let's color it blue. Whoa, yeah, that's it. Then, okay, let's measure the the sides. This is how long? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. I'll use another color. What happened? This is 4. You correct me if I'm wrong, huh? And this is how much? How long pala? Sorry. How long? I'll make it bigger.
10 po.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then this is how long?
6 po.
6. And this much?
4 din po.
4 din po. And then, now, compared to the first rectangle, the centroid can easily be found by getting 1/2 of the length and 1/2 of the width. Okay, because this is touching the y-axis and the x-axis. Just as simple as that. Now, how are we going to look for the centroid of this particular region? It is composed of how many rectangles can you see?
2 po.
2 po.
2 lang po.
Okay. How did you do it? You divide it horizontally or vertically? You see? You now hear the word horizontal, vertical. We are now leading to the centroid of area of region bounded by different curves, because the area can be solved when we use element vertical or horizontal. It's either you take element vertical or you take element horizontal. Vertical, y upper, y lower. Horizontal, x right, x left. So if you do it vertically, how many rectangles do you see?
2 po.
Pag
Dalawa po,
pahiga,
sir.
dalawa din. Okay? So
Opo.
let's do it vertical. So for vertical subdivision. Ano sir, ano po ba yung vertical? So pag hinati ko siya ng patayo, this whole, oh by the way, we missed pala here. Ano yung measure nito? Na-miss natin tong part na to. This is 6.
10 po.
10 po.
Oh my God. Sorry for the distribution of the sides. This is unintentional na siya ay nagkapare-paras na 10-4. Okay, sorry for that. So this whole figure can now be divided this way for vertical. Ibig sabihin, ito yung hatian natin. You see that? So ito siya. Okay. And then, i-erasin lang natin to. Kasi this will not help us. Hindi to kasali. Okay. Then, dudugtong na natin. Now, hanggang dito lang yung 6. Not here. Ayan, hanggang dito. Alright. Yan yun lang yung 6. So, ibig sabihin, this is no longer 6, but
10 po.
10 na po yan. Okay, good. And then yung isa pa, ito. Control C, Control V. Okay. Ibig sabihin, this figure is equal to this plus this. Okay? Then ito siya. So ito ay 4, ito ay 10. Right? Okay. Then so we can now locate the centroid of this and centroid of this. Ang centroid nito can be found at, this is 4, this is 10, 2, 5. 2, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So C1 is located at 2, 5. Am I right?
Yes po.
Yes po. Okay. What about C2?
5-2 po.
5-2 po.
5, 2. Let me see. One more. How do we define centroid? It's a point. Not a distance, not a segment. Right? It's a point. So, ibig sabihin, if the centroid of this region is at 5-2, where is it? This is the y-axis. Oh, y? Tapos sinulat ko x, sorry. Y-axis. This is the x-axis. So, that's 5-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Eh, di na, andito. It's not at the middle. You see that?
Yes
So,
po.
okay. So, incorrect yung 5. Yung 2, tama. Kasi from here, okay, 2 na siya. Okay, remember, deleting ko ulit siya dito. Remember that this region is located far away to the y-axis, and then x-axis. So sa x-axis, nakadikit siya sa x-axis. Pero nakakawang siya sa y-axis. You get my point?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Sir, bakit nyo ginawa yon? Why did you do that? Why ang reference mo po, sir, ay x-axis and y-axis? Because that is how we define the moment. Meron laging reference. And that is how we define the centroid. A centroid is a point. And a centroid is bar x units away to the y-axis and bar y units away to the x-axis. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang yung 10 hanggang dito lang. And I get it right na yung 5 po, kinuha nyo kalahati nung 10. So, which is true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ito yon, right? But 5, okay? But 5 is not the appropriate x component because that one is from here. I know you are figuring it out na. Nakikita niyo na kung ano 'yon. From here hanggang dito. Right? That's the x component. That's your bar x. So mula dito, from here until here, yeah, you got it right. 5. And then how far is this until here?
4 po.
4
4
po.
po. Okay.
4 po, sir.
Sorry for the na miscalculate ko yung segments kasi mas mahaba na yung 4 kaysa sa 5. But just ignore it na lang. At least may label tayo. So which means what is the appropriate x component of the centroid?
9.
7 po.
7 po.
9.
7 po.
Ulit?
9.
9,2.
9 po, sir.
7 po.
9 po.
9
7
na,
po.
not 7. 9 na, not 7. Kasi 5 plus 4 na eh. 5 plus 4. Okay? Pag 7 na, andito lang yan eh. 4 na kasi ito eh. Di ba? 4 na to. Okay lang yan. At least na ano natin, na-analyze natin mabuti. It's not 7 because kung ito'y 7, 4, 5, 6, 7 na, andito lang siya. Hindi siya kalahati nito. You get my point? So that's 5. 1/2 of the length nito plus yung distance mula dito hanggang doon. Mula din hanggang dito. Plus, let's say, I'll write this as A. Plus A. So that's 1/2 ng 10 plus 4. Okay yan? Okay?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. And then now, let us now compute for the centroid. Bar x is equal to, okay, since they're of equal masses, and ito, ang pag-uusapan na natin is area, we have to compute for A1. A1 is 4 times 10, so that's 40. And then A2 is equal to, happen to be 4 times 10 then as well, right? It's a rectangle. It's length times width. Am I doing it right? Okay.
Apo, sir.
Okay. And then, so that's 40 and 40. So the total area is 80. And then referring to this, sorry, where is it? Hold on. Referring to this notation or to this formula, we will now replace this M1 by A1 and this X1 by bar X1. Okay? Sabihin, our centroid now, bar X, hold on. Bar X is now equal to A1 bar X1 plus A2 bar X2 all over A1 plus A2. And then similarly, bar Y is A1 bar Y1 plus A2 bar Y2 all over A1 plus A2. I hope you are getting me right. Okay. Then, so A1, 40 plus 40. 40 times 4 plus 40 times, this one is not a good example kasi nagkaparehas yung A1 at A2 and it's an accidental, I mean, you know, manipulation of the given. So, but we will be solving this in another method, yung nakahiga naman. And then this is 2 and this is 9. Am I right?
Yes po.
Okay, then what is the bar X? Can I hear someone? You can use your calculator. This is 40 plus 2 plus 9. That's 11 all over 80. So this is 11 over
2 po.
11 over 2. Then bar Y. So gagayanin lang natin yung ilalim. 40 plus 40. Then 40 times bar Y1. It's 5 plus 40 times 2 equals 40 times 5 plus 2. Oops. 5 plus 2 all over 80, and that is 7 over 2.
7.
So centroid is 11 over 2, 7 over 2. And then let's see if it is still inside the region. 11 over 2, 7 over 2. 11 over 2 is approximately 5.5. It's 5.5 na.
Yes po.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And then 7 halves is
3.5.
3.5 po.
1, nasan yun? 1, 2, 3.5. It's located somewhere here. This is where you can find the centroid. 11 over 2, 3, and 7 over 2. Then, solve ulit natin using horizontal naman. So, hahatiin natin siya ng pahiga. Okay, so ang hati na natin pag ganito na. So, alin na yung kawang? Kanina, you see that itong region na to, ito yung kawang sa Y. Sa Y-axis. Ito naman is, itong region na to, ang kawang sa X naman siya. Tama? Hatiin
Yes po,
natin.
sir.
Ito siya. Oh, hindi na siya 10. Okay, ito. Then, burahin lang natin yung ibang parts. This one. So, ito ay lagyan ko lang ng line. And then, ito si Y-axis. Okay. Oops, okay lang. And then, ito si X-axis. Medyo pinahaba ko ng konti. Ang galing ko yung iba. Okay, and then, plus. Ito yung kalahati niya. Tama ba ako? Susulatan ko na lang siya ng ng length. So, this much. And then, bulahin natin yung excess. Then, guhitan natin ulit. That's it. Yan. And then, we locate the centroid. Dito muna tayo kasi ito, madali. Ito ngayon ay, this is no longer 10.
14 po.
14 po.
Where did you get that 14?
4 plus 10 po.
po yung
Okay,
And that's
good.
4 po.
All right. At least you're getting it right. Then you locate the centroid. It's touching the X, touching the Y, kalahati of this, 1/2 of this.
7 po.
7 po.
That's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. C2, 7, 2. Then ito. So locate natin siya. Kalahati nitong 4, it's 2. Kalahati nitong 6, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. C1. So yung C1, X component.
2 po.
2 po. Y component.
7 po.
7 po. That's it. Why is that so? Because, sir, ari po kasi ay 3. Kalahati po nung 6. Kalahati po ng length. 1/2 of length. But, sir, mula dito hanggang dito, it's 4. Kaya po siya ay 3 plus 4, it's 7. Right? That's how we interpret it. So, I forgot to write equals here. Then, bar X. We solve for the area. A1.
24 po.
And then A2.
56 po.
56 po.
Yan, mas maganda to. Kasi hindi siya equal. Then, we compute for bar X. Dapat siya ay parehas sa, so ang ating centroid here is 11 to 7 halves. 7 over 2. So, dapat ganun din dito. So, you draw the vinculum On the denominator, you write 24 plus 56, 24 times plus 56 times. You get the x components. 2, 7. Come on. Bar y, you do the same. 24 plus 56, 24. You get the y component. 7 plus 56 times 2.
Ang x bar po ay 11/2.
Sure?
Tapos 7/2
Okay.
po yung
So we got it right. In two methods, we obtain the same answer. Okay? So ibig sabihin, in relation to the centroid of area of region bounded by different curves, it's still the same. You can do it in horizontal or in vertical. Okay, so this particular example tells us that a particular problem can be solved in two ways. The centroid can be obtained in two ways depending on how we compute for the area. Okay, and then any question, clarification?
Wala pa naman po.
Okay, so punta na tayo dun sa area of region bounded by different curves. So you will just use the same principle, same formula. Okay, we have moment of mass, moments and centroids of area of region bounded by different curves. And then let me draw you to this equation. Layo na. Okay, ito. How do we get this? That's A1 bar x1, A2 bar x2. And that is obtained from here. Okay, it's the same principle. So ito rin yung ating gagamitin. Okay, you recall this. Then from here, we're now going to replace this by A. Okay, bar x. Ito na ngayon yung 4 areas. Bar x is equal to A1 bar x1 plus A2 bar x2. This is the principle that we used earlier on this composite figure. AN bar xn divided by A1 plus A2 plus running until AN. And then later na lang yung bar y. So we will draw inspiration from our previous illustration. So this is the function y equals f of x. Okay, and then this is the x-axis. Happen to be one of the boundaries. And between two vertical lines, x equals a to x equals b. And then, do you recall how we solve for the area? What did we do? We divide this by series of, I'm sorry for that one, series of rectangles, right? Hello?
Yes.
Yes po, sir. Yes.
Opo, sir.
Ayusin ko lang to. Patatamain ko siya dun sa line na ginawa ko. This is your x equals a. And then we draw another one. Another one. Then mamaya ko na lang siya ipapolish ng ano. Okay, and then let me just make some adjustment here. Deleting ko na lang to. Okay, in this one. Okay, and then I'll make another line. This is x equals b. Then, this is your A1, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. So, for each rectangle, we will assign centroid. Okay, ito yon. C1, C2, C3. Where am I writing the centroid? Where do we write the centroid?
At the center of the rectangles po.
Okay. At the center of each rectangle. And then we draw the distances. From here is your bar.
Bar Y po.
Okay. Bar Y1, bar Y2, bar Y3, bar Y4. Can you follow? Bar
Yes.
Y4,
Yes po, sir.
bar Y5, sorry, bar Y6, and bar Y7. Then we measure the bar X. From here, yan, bar X1, bar X2, you know now what are happening?
Yes po.
Bar X3, and then this one will be bar Y7. Bar X pala, why am I saying bar Y? Bar X7, bar X1, bar X2, bar X3, bar X7. And then, yun na. So that's how we compute for the centroid. Now, recalling the methods that we employ to get the best approximate area, just to eliminate this error, I will just write this in summation notation, bar X. So sa ilalim, you have AI, where I runs from 1 to n. Sa ibabaw, you have summation of AI, bar xi, where I runs from 1 to n. Okay? And then, you recall the process. What are we doing here? To eliminate this error, this part of the region that is not computed, that is not part of the computation, we are using,
Maliliit pong rectangle.
okay, so that means we're using infinitely many rectangles. And what is the implication if we use maliliit na rectangles and na sobrang dami? What is the implication?
So, babawasan po yung mga spaces po sa taas.
Okay, mababawasan yung mga spaces sa taas and
Mas magiging sakto po yung area niya.
okay,
accurate po.
okay, and therefore liliit na yung kanyang width. The width is denoted by delta x. Ito po iyon. Tandaan niyo 'to, di ba? xi minus 1, xi, and this is the delta x. So delta x approaches 0. So anong gagawin natin? Kasi delta x cannot be 0. Anong gagawin natin? We're going to take the limit as delta x approaches 0. Okay? Sir, wala naman dyan delta x eh. Bakit magde-delta x approaches 0? Because of this a. How do we write that a? Di ba? We write this a as f of xi delta I of x, right? Tama? Ito yon. Remember, recall. The area is equal to the limit of summation of f of xi delta I of x, where I runs from 1 to n as delta x approaches 0. And dito, ito yung ai nyo. Yun yun. Kaya, as delta x approaches 0. And then, if this happens, you can now have integral of, from the leftmost, it's A, to the rightmost, it's B. Then this xi, I will write now it's xc. Xc, it stands for the distance of the centroid to what axis? Hello? XC, XI, bar X. Anong reference natin dito? Bar
Y.
X.
Y axis po.
Okay. That's y-axis. Then times the differential of area. Sa ilalim, integral of from A to B, then differential of area. Sir, what is that differential area? Where dA is equal to y upper minus y lower. Or, ito siya, fxi delta I or dx. So that's y upper, y lower, dx. Okay yan? And dA, if you are using element vertical, if you are using element horizontal, that is x right minus x left, dy, okay, for horizontal element. And you have to take note that xc is the distance of the centroid, okay, assumed, that is the assumed centroid. Sir, ano po yung assumed centroid? Yan yung point na idodrawing nyo doon sa gitna ng inyong rectangular element. Di ba? Pag nagsosolve tayo, ito yung region. Okay? Then dodrawing tayo ng representative element. Then sa gitna niyan, doon yung ilalagay ang centroid. So yan yung point na yon. So ito yung x-axis, y-axis, sorry. Ito yung x-axis. Ito yung ano to? Distance to the x-axis. YC, distance to the y-axis. One more. This centroid to the x-axis is YC. This centroid to the y-axis is XC. Okay?
XC po.
Okay. So, all right. Then punta tayo sa bar Y. I think alam niyo na ang mangyayari na. Bar Y. Do I need to explain? What do you think? Mapapalitan lang ito eh. Bar Y. Bar YI. And that bar YI will become YC. Okay? YC does not mean Y ha. YC does not mean Y. It's just a distance. So, ang bar Y natin, referring to this formula, so ito ay, I'll just copy this part, and then papalitan ko lang siya. So, ibig sabihin po, kukumputin nyo muna yung area. Kasi, whatever you write inside the integral symbol for area, that is the same expression that we are going to use if we compute for the moment. Okay? And then this XC, papalitan lang natin to ng YC. And what is YC? Distance of centroid, assumed centroid. Oops. To the, ito ay y-axis, ito ay x-axis. Okay? Yeah, I hope you're getting it right. Yeah, sorry. So ito na yan. Okay, and let's take some example. Let me draw my example from this illustration. This one is a problem that we solved for the area last time. So I will just copy our solution before so that we will no longer compute for the area. Hold on. I hang up. Okay, so papalitan ko lang yung problem natin. Okay, find the centroid. Just remove this part. Then, palitan natin. Find the centroid of the area oops, and of the area of the region bounded by. Okay. So again, we have already discussed this particular problem, and we know that this region is bounded by this line, this line, this line, and the y-axis. And when we analyze it, sir, it is easy to solve if we take element horizontal. So we use horizontal technique. Okay. So then, ito yung ating centroid. We locate it exactly at the middle of the chosen. This is the assumed centroid. And then this is your, oops, hold on. This is your XC or YC? XC or YC?
XC po.
And
XC
then
po,
from
sir.
here, okay, from here to the x-axis is our
YC.
YC po.
YC. Okay, then let's analyze it. How long, how far is the centroid to the x-axis? That is your YC. And how do you write YC? One more, just to give you an idea. How far is a point to the x-axis? How far is 2, 5 to the x-axis? How far is 2, 5?
5 po.
5 po. The next, how far is -1, 7 to the x-axis?
7 po.
Ano
7
yung
po.
kinukuha yung component?
Y po.
Y po.
Y po.
Okay. Ibig sabihin, if we are measuring at the distance of a point perpendicular to the x-axis, perpendicular distance, you're getting the y component. Ibig sabihin, YC equals y. Okay? The next, what about XC? You look at very closely, you look at the region, the rectangular region, the one shaded in gray, that's the rectangular region, and how I draw the distance to the y-axis, that's XC. Come on. And then you recall kanina, ano yung ginawa natin kapag siya ay kumukuha tayo ng centroid, what are we doing? Like this. Paano natin nakuha, are? Ito, from here until here, paano nakuha? Paano nakuha? Hey.
Half po nung ano.
Half po ng 4. Yeah. Half ng what component of the rectangle? What side? Length, width?
Width.
Okay. Ibig sabihin, kalahati. Okay. And here, how do we measure the distance from here? Dito na lang pala, sorry. From here until here. Can I hear someone? I'll just write it L. Nakahiga.
8 times Y po.
Okay. So ano nga yung component na yun? Kapag nakahiga?
X po.
Yan. Papasok na ulit si x right minus x left. So how do we write XC? Kalahati po ng 1/2 of, oops. Bilang, okay lang. 1/2 po ng L. And how do we measure that L? 1/2 po ng x right minus x left. Eh, ano yung x right minus x left? 1/2 po ng x right. This is touch by x equals 8 minus y over 2. So kalahati po ng 8 minus y all over 2 minus x left. And it's now touched at this point by the line x equals 0. So y minus x equals 0. So minus 0. You're with me? You're still with me?
Yes po.
Yes. Opo. So how do we write XC? Is now equal to 8 minus y over 4 or 2 minus 1/4 y. Okay? Then now, we now solve for the numerators. Kasi kailangan natin yon. Okay? Kasi may area na tayo sa ilalim. Yung pang-denominator natin is 5. Then sa ibabaw, it's the moment. Okay? Kapag ka bar x, ubos na naman yung papel ko. Pahabain ko dito ha. Wag na lang. Dito na lang. Palapad na lang. Yan. First na, save natin. Baka biglang mawala. Okay? And then, kapag ka bar x, anong moment ang ginagamit natin associated to moment in y? Bar y, moment in x. So, kukumputin natin si moment of y, moment in y. Ibig sabihin, that's the numerator of bar x. Okay? Oops, dito na lang. Sige. Moment in y equals, so what are we going to do is we're just going to get this expression as well. Itong sa area, kukopyahin ko lang. Okay? Ilalagay ko dito. And then, maglalagay ako dun sa kabila, sa tabi niya. Okay. Okay, nupiya ko lang yan ha. From the equation ng area. And then, ano yung ilalagay natin dito? For moment in y, is it xc or yc? Moment in y. Look at here. Let moment in y, we are referring to y-axis. Then, what distance is associated to the y-axis? It's xc. Tama? Can you still hear me?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So, ito yung kukuhanin natin. Itong 2 minus 1/4 y, ito yung ilalagay natin dito. Oops. Hold on. Ipod ko to ng konti pa. Ito yung galing sa area ha. Then, ito yung ilalagay natin. Sa kanya, sa tabi niya. Okay. And then, ito. You're still with me? I hope you're getting this right. Done. Then, simplify na natin. This is your from A to B. This is XCDA. Yan. And then we simplify. Come on. From 2 to 4. So 2 times 4, it's 8. Then minus y plus 1/8 y squared dy. Then integrate natin. And this is equal to negative 2y. Then integrate. Integral of 8 dy is 8y minus integral of negative 2y dy, negative 2y squared over 2. Okay lang? Okay lang ba?
Opo, sir.
Plus 1/8 y cubed over 3. 3 times 8, it's 1 over 24. Then I'd like to ask your help for this one. It's quite large. So you have 8 times 4, 32. All right? Minus, you can drop this up. Y squared, 16. Plus 4 cubed, it's 64 over 24. Then minus, and then we do it in 2. 16 minus 4 plus 8 over 24. So you have 32 minus 16 is 16. All right, 16 minus 4, it's 12. So minus 12 plus 64 minus 8 is 56 over 24. Am I right? Kindly check my computation. And then, let me go on. 4 plus, then lowest term natin para medyo mabilis. 56 divided by 2, 28 over 12. Isa pa. Divided by 2. Oh,
7
divide by 2.
over
3 po.
3 po.
7 over 3.
Okay, 7 over 3. And then we have 3 times 4 plus 7. Oops.
19 over 3, sir.
Okay, that's the moment in y. Okay. So moment in y, makukuha na natin si bar x. That's moment in y over a. Then equals 19 over 3 all over a. What is the area? I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. So we have 19 over 15. The next, for bar y. For bar y, ang habang computin, no? 3 beses kasi tayo mag-i-integrate dyan. Wala na naman akong papel. Puputol pag in-ano. Tatlong beses kasi tayo nag-i-integrate. Tapos ipapasolve pa natin using vertical. Diba? For bar y, what moment is used for bar y? Moment in x.
X po.
Okay, moment in x is a to b. Anong ginagamit natin? Moment in x? YC dA. Okay, that's YC dA. And where dA na to, ulit, yan yung area natin. Okay, area. Where's that area? Ito yon. Ito yung area. Area. Ito lang kukopyahin natin. And then we're just going to multiply this by x, YC. Ako, nalilito din minsan eh. Equals. Then tatanggalin natin to because we are going to add something. Lapit lang kasi maliit lang yung i-add natin. And then, that's YC. YC is Y. YC is Y. Then, Y. Then, madali na. Integrate na agad. 4 times Y is 4Y. Integrate. 4Y squared over 2. Then, minus Y times 1/2 Y is 1/2 Y squared. Integrate. 1/2 Y cubed over 3. Evaluated from 2 to 4. Then you now have 4 over 2, 2, 32, right? This is 4 square, 16 times 2, 32, minus 4 cubed, that's 64, over 6, minus 2 square, it's 2, times 4 over 2, it's 2. 2 square is 4, sorry. 2 square is 4. Then this is 2. So that's 8 minus 8 over 6. Am I right? Can't double check it. Continue. Okay, so you now have 32 minus 8, 24. And then minus 64 plus 8 minus 56 over 6. Am I right? How's it going? Okay. Then, lowest term natin para medyo mabilis. Can you still hear me? 24 minus 28 over divide by 2? 3. Meron pa ba? No more? What is the result? MX.
Forty-four over 3.
44 over 3 po.
44 over 3. So, therefore, bar y equals mx over a, and that is equal to 44 over 3 over 5, and that is equal to 44 over 15. And therefore, the centroid is located at 19 over 15 Can I ask the decimal equivalence nito para lang malocate natin siya dun sa ating region? 44/15. 19/15 is 1 point something. 44/15 is 2 point something na. Let's see. Come on.
1.2 po. 1.27 po.
1.2. So,
Tapos,
somewhere here.
Tapos, yung isa po ay 2.9.
2.93, sir.
2.93, which is, I think we assume it correctly, no? This is 2, this is 3, kalahati, 3. So, ito ay 2.93. So, somewhere here. Ayan, okay na yan. Na-assume natin ng properly. Right? Na. So, this is where we can find the centroid. So, ibig sabihin, pag nakita niyo yung region, i-assume niyo na lang na ito yung gitna. Yeah. That's like that. Okay? So, let's generalize it. You look at the figure. Okay? You look at the figure. So, kapag nakahiga, if you take element horizontal and touching the y-axis, yc is y, xc is 1/2 of L. Okay? Paano pag nakakawang? Okay? Ito yung ating generalization para mas madali nyo matandaan. Kasi it's not always 1/2 of L. 1/2 of L kapag nakakapit sa y-axis. Okay? Y-axis, x-axis, then drawing lang ako ng element. Ang element chosen is somewhat nasa region natin. Ulayan natin. Okay? Then, we locate the centroid. It's located here. Ito'y kapag horizontal ha. Pag horizontal. So, sabi natin, this one is our YC which is equal to Y. Distance na to ha. Sige. YC equals Y. And then from here, this is our XC. So, XC equals 1/2 of L. And alin po yung L? Ito po yung L. Okay? And then, paano kapag nakatayo? Ito'y gagamitan pag horizontal. Pag nakatayo, you take note of this. Isulat nyo to sa notebook nyo. Pag nakatayo, tapos touching the x-axis, draw the, okay, this is the our region. Then we draw again the centroid. Centroid. This is our L. So, ang L natin dito, by the way, is equal to x right minus x left. Then, dito naman, ang L natin ay
Y upper minus Y lower. Y upper minus Y lower.
Then we draw the components of the centroid. This is YC and YC, and this is our XC. So what is XC? Ang XC po ay X. Okay? Dito. XC is 1/2 of L, YC is Y. Then dito naman, XC is X, ang YC ang 1/2 of L. Where L is Y upper minus Y lower. O punta tayo, paano pag nakakawang? Tatandaan ha, pag ito'y nakadikit, nakatouching sa Y axis, and horizontal ang element chosen. Touching the X axis, vertical ang element chosen. Then, punta tayo sa parehas na kawang. Touching the, hindi, not touching pala. Ayoko. Okay. Centroid. This is still your YC. And it's still Y. Okay. And then punta tayo sa XC. Ito yung XC natin. So from here, oops, one more. From here until here, ito lang yung 1/2 of L. 1/2 of L. Ibig sabihin, we still need to add some parts here. From here until here. Let me just say this is, ano bang notation natin? Say A. Hindi, kasi A yung ano eh. Let me think of P na lang. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang XC natin, o YC is equal to Y. Ang L pa rin natin is X right minus X left. And then, ang XC natin is 1/2 of L plus C. Plus P, sorry. And then, hahanapin natin yung P na yun. Okay? Say for example, ito yung region. Let me just give you an illustration. So, ito yung X right. Okay? Ito yung X right. Ito yung X left. Ito yung Y axis. Okay, ito yung centroid. Mula dito hanggang dito is our 1/2 of L. So that is 1/2 of X right minus X left because our L is X right minus X left. And then this one is the P. So how do you write that P? Tignan nyo kung saan siya nakatama. How do we write this P? It's touching here. So what is that? That's X left minus, what is this? Y-axis po. And what is the equation of the Y-axis? 0. Ibig sabihin, your XC now, XC is equal to 1/2 X right minus X left plus P where P is X left minus 0. Okay? And then we simplify. XC is equal to 1/2 X right minus 1/2 X left plus X left. Then XC is 1/2 X right. 1/2 X left plus X left is 1/2 X left. So, ibig sabihin, kapag po nakakawang, ang XC ay 1/2 X right plus X left. Tatandaan to ha. That's 1/2 X right plus X left. Pag nakadikit sa y-axis, 1/2 lang ng L. 1/2 lang ng X right, X left. Happen to be ang X left dito ay 0. Okay yan? Hello? Hello?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Tatandaan ha. And then, punta tayo sa nakatayo. We will make it not touching the x-axis. Then, let me draw some part here. And then, with reference to our discussion earlier, so again, what do you think will happen to, this is the centroid. This is our XC. XC is X. This is L. And L is Y upper minus Y lower. And then we only need to get YC. Ito siya. Okay. What do you think will happen? YC is, come on, 1/2 of L plus, let me just quote this as our, ito yung 1/2 of L. And then say, mula dito hanggang dito, let me say it's Q. Plus Q. And what is that Q? Ganito siya. X-axis. Ito ay Y upper, Y lower. So that's YC is 1/2 Y upper minus Y lower plus Q. Ang Q natin is from here, which is Y lower minus, what is this? Y equals 0. Why is this? Yeah. Okay. And then, you just simplify. What happened? What did you notice? What is YC when simplified? YC is 1/2 Y upper. Hello? Oh, hey, boys, girls, come on. Y upper. Plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus.
Yun. Tatandaan yan ha. Ulit. You will use the same principle when we reach volume of solid of revolution. It's the same principle. Ganyan din siya. Pag nakakawang sa X, pag nakakawang sa Y, nakatayo o nakahiga. Okay? Review natin. If you are using element horizontal and the element is touching the Y-axis, YC is Y and XC is 1/2 of that L. 1/2 of the function. 1/2 of X right minus X left. If it is not touching the Y-axis, YC is Y and XC is 1/2 X right plus X left. For horizontal element, for vertical element touching the X-axis, XC is X, YC is 1/2 of L. And then, if you are not touching the X-axis, XC is X, YC is 1/2, Y upper plus Y lower. Okay? And then, I'll give you another problem. This time, I'll be using the problem Y equals 3x minus x squared and Y equals x, which we have discussed last time. Let me just copy it from our solution. Nasaan kaya ang area nito? Ito, yan. Ito na lang. These are some of our, as you can notice, ang ginagamit ko yung mga examples natin last time. So, ibig sabihin, pwede pala po sa isang problem, kuhanin ng area, tapos kuhanin ng centroid, tapos bigyan nyo kami ng revolution, then paiikutin ho namin doon, then kuhanin din namin ng centroid. Okay? Sa isang problem, we can make 4. Yeah, 4. Area, centroid, volume, and then centroid. This is why I like these topics. Kasi sa isang problem, pwedeng 4 na lang yung paggawa ko. Ano na yun? Isang kumpletong exam na yun kasi ang dami na nang hinahanap. Okay? So, yan na. So, again, this particular problem, ito siya, kunin ko yung problem. Analyze yung mabuti ha. The element chosen is vertical. Bakit nga siya vertical? Can you remind me why we chose to use vertical element? Hello?
Para isang slice lang po.
Isang slice lang po.
In the centroid of the area. Yeah, para isang slice lang po. You got it right. Find the centroid of the area of the region bounded by yan. So sabi natin it's isang slice lang po kapag kapatayo. And then we locate our centroid. Saan natin ilalagay yon? Sa gitna ng ating chosen. Ito yung gagawin nyo ha pag na-compute nyo na yung area. Yan yun. So we have L. How do we write L? Come on. Sulat ko muna yung L. L.
Y upper minus Y lower po.
Then, ito na yun, di ba? 3x minus x squared minus x equals, ito na yun. 2x minus x squared. That's our L. Then, draw natin yung distances. From here to the y-axis is xc. Then from here to the x-axis is yc. What did you notice? The element chosen is not touching the x-axis. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung gagamitin natin. You get my point?
Yes po.
All right. Okay. And then you tell me what is xc. If you get what I'm talking about?
X
One
po.
half. Ay,
Ulit.
X.
Sabi niya, X. Sabi mo,
X
1/2.
po.
What is that?
X po.
Okay,
Zero
that's
po
it.
na
X po, sir.
That's it. Okay, di ba na-analyze natin pagka magkaiba tayo ng sinasabi. So alin nga ba ang tama? It's X or 1/2 something? It's X. Okay? Go back to the formula. Ito ang tatandaan nyo lagi. Kapag nakatayo, ang X ay X. And then ang YC, yun yung titingnan nyo kung siya ay kawang or kung siya ay nakatouch or hindi nakatouch. Pagka nakahiga, ang YC ang Y. And then ang XC, ang titingnan nyo kung siya ay kapit or hindi kapit sa Y-axis. Okay? Right. And then meron na tayong XC. XC is X. Then YC, 1/2.
2x minus x squared.
Go lang, go.
Y upper minus y lower po.
Y upper.
Minus y lower.
Ulit.
Plus.
Plus po.
Plus po.
Plus po.
Plus po.
Ulit. Plus. Kasi kawang. Right? It's not touching the x-axis. Kaya siya ay plus. 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 Kawang. Okay? Kawang. Ba't ba? Pinalitan ko na ng color eh. Kawang. Kaya ito ay plus. Okay? Then, ano pag nakadikit? Yun yung 1/2 lang ng y upper minus y lower. Okay? I hope everything is clear, ha? Ulit. Where is that? Alright. So, isusulat ko dito. Equals 1/2 y upper minus y lower. Equals 1/2 x right minus x left. So, happen to be ang x left nyo dito ay yung y-axis. So, ito yung 1/2 ng xr lang. Ito naman, 1/2 ng y upper lang. Kasi nga, ang y lower nyo dito ay 0. Alright, so then what is with that y upper plus y lower? 1/2 y upper is 3x minus x squared. Ito lang yung babaguhin natin. Plus x. So that's 1/2 times 4x minus x squared. So that is our YC. And we now compute for the moment in, anong gusto niyong unahin? Moment in x. So, kukopyahin ulit natin yung area. Copy the area. And then, anong idadagdag natin dito kapag moment in x? Moment in x, tingni. Moment in x.
YC. YC po.
Okay, YC. So you have integral of 0 to 2 and then YC 1/2 4x minus x squared times the area. Ito yung area natin. 2x minus x squared dx. Then, simplify. Tapon natin yung 1/2. 1/2, 0 to 2. And 4x times 2x, 8x squared. Then, am I right? Yeah. 4x times negative x squared is negative 4x cubed minus 2x, x squared times 2x. 2x cubed, negative x squared times negative x squared plus x to the 4 dx. Then, 1/2, 0 to 2. 8x squared minus 6x cubed. Kindly check my computation. Double check it before I go further. Then you have 1/2 8x cubed over 3 minus 6x to the 4 over 4 plus x to the 5 over 5. Evaluated from 0 to 2. 1/2 2 cubed, it's 8 times 8, 64 over 3 minus 2 to the 4. 16 divided by 4. That's 4 times 6, 24. Plus 2 to the 5, 32 over 5. Then the rest will become 0. Kindly execute this on your calculator. Moment in x. equals I'm waiting, ha?
$28 over 15 po.
I am relying to your answer. Okay. And then, ano nang kukuhanin natin? Bar, let bar, moment ng x. Moment ng x, yc, bar y po. Yeah, that's it. Nauna yung bar y. 28 over 15 all over. Ang area natin ay 4/3. 4/3 equals 28 over 15 times the reciprocal 3/4. Then bar y equals 28 divided by 4, 7. 15 divided by 3, 5. 7 over 5. Am I right? Yeah. Then punta tayo sa moment in y. Moment in y, kopya ulit yung area, 0 to 2. Ito yung area natin. Then anong ikakabit? What are we going to add?
XC po.
And what is our XC pag nakatayo? X.
X
Okay.
po.
X po.
Okay, good. I can see that you're getting this right. Then diretso ako integrate, ha. 2x times x is 2x squared. In-integrate natin. That's 2x cubed. Okay lang?
Opo.
Okay.
Opo, sir.
Then, x times negative x squared. Negative x cubed. Integrate. Am I right? Then 0 to 2. 2x times x, 2x squared. Integral of that, that's 2x cubed over 3. X times x squared, x cubed. Integrate. X to the 4 over 4. Then you have 2 cubed, it's 8 times 2. 16 over 3. Then minus 2 to the 4, 16 over 4. It's 4. And then therefore, my equals 3 times negative 4, it's negative 12. 16 minus 12, 4/3. Therefore, bar x is equal to 4/3 all over the area. It's still 4/3. So that is equal to 1. So therefore, the centroid is located at 1/7 over 5. Check natin. Kung siya ay pasok dun sa region, pagkalabas, di uulitin natin. 7 over 5. 7 over 5 is 1.4
po.
Okay. Let me see. 1. So ito yon 1. And then ano nga yung isa? 1.4 na.
Opo, sir.
Lagay natin 1. Ito ay 0.5. Lagay natin somewhere here. That's it. This is the centroid. Yeah, pasok pa naman siya sa region. So this time, hindi natin assume ng ayos. But then again, that's the way how we do it. So technically pala, dapat naandito yung ating centroid. Kasi, lamang kasi ang area dito, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba? Kesa sa dito. Okay? Yeah, so I think everything is clear. Question, clarification? Just stay focused, ha, kasi medyo nakakalito yung subscript. Kaya dino-double check ko yung mga notation. And then ito, tandaan nyo lagi ito. Ito lang yung dalawang gagamitin natin. Pag nakadikit, pag nakakawang. Alright? So, you have any questions? And your task is to compute. Let me see. Where's another PowerPoint? Balikan niyo yung mga sinosolve natin last time. O, set up natin to. Hold on. Tandaan niyo yung dalawang hati. Na yung y equals x plus y equals 2. Something like that. Hold on. I'm just checking it on our solution before. Control C. Ano saan yan? Ito. Remember this? Na. So, i-set up nyo lang. And this will be your task. Hold on. Wait lang. I-label lang natin. I-deleting ko lang tong part na to. Okay, then if I can still remember, ang A1 dito is equal to 3 square units. And ang A2 dito is equal to 3 square units. So, ibig sabihin yan, meron kayong C1 at meron kayong C2. Okay? So, therefore, bar X is equal to A1 bar X1 plus A2 bar X2 all over A1 plus A2. And then, bar Y is A1 bar Y1 plus A2 bar Y2 all over A1 plus A2. Okay? And then, ito yung x-axis. Y equals 0. X equals 0. So, dahil siya ay nakahiga, horizontal element, we're using horizontal element, right? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung reference natin. Okay? Ito, kawang. So, meaning, so if this is the case, what is XC? What is YC? Kawang ha? Ulit.
Y.
Okay? YC is kawang. YC is Y. XC is 1/2 X right plus X left. Okay? Gawin natin. Isa-set up lang natin, then you just solve it. On your set. We have, parang hindi na kaya dito. Lipat natin. Hold on. Lipat natin sa taas. Oh my, naghang. Okay. So we have XC, XC1, ibig sabihin, XC ng centroid 1. Ito yon. Then let's locate the centroid. Ito siya. Ito si y-axis. So this is YC1, which is equal to Y. And then ito si XC1. Then ito siya, si C2. C2. Ito si YC2. And then ito si XC2. Then, since nakahiga siya, XC1 is equal to X. Yeah. And then, no, not XC1. YC. YC is equal to Y. Sorry. Oops. Hold on. Wait lang. Okay. Then, dun muna tayo sa YC. Ito yung reference natin. YC is Y. So, YC1 is equal to Y. yc2 is equal to y. And then xc1 is 1/2 x right plus x left kasi not touching the y-axis equals 1/2 times x right. Doon nyo kuhanin sa A1. A1. Ito. Gawin nyo lang itong plus. I-copy this one kasi ito yung x right, x left niya. And then gagawin nyo lang itong plus. Okay, the next, xc2 equals 1/2 x right plus x left. So, punta kayo dun sa area 2. Area 2 kasi ito yung inyong x right. Ito yon x right, x left. So, we just copy this part. Then, just make it plus. And then you simplify. And just make this plus. And then you put 1/2 in front. You're still with me? Yeah?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yan. Then simplify natin. xc1. Come on. 1/2. This is 7/2 plus 2. 7/2 plus 2. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 7. 11/2. Then minus 1/2 y. Minus 2y. Minus 5/2y. Alright?
Opo.
Apo. Then next, xc2. Kayo nga. 1/2 times, you tell me what to write. Come on. Kaya nyo yan. So that's 7/2 minus 1.
6.
Ulit. 7/2.
po.
Ayun, 5/2.
5/2 po.
Okay, the next. 1/2 y plus y.
1/2
Y over 2 po.
Okay. Yan yun na. Makukuha nyo na yung mx1. mx1. So, sa mx1, gamit yung area. No, kuhanin muna nga natin to. Simplify natin to. Ito. So, ito ay 7/2 minus 2 is 3/2. Okay, 3/2. 7/2 minus 2. Yeah, it's 2 times negative 2. It's negative 4. 7, 3/2. 1/2 y plus 2y plus 3/2 y. Tama? This is negative 1/2 y. Right? Then minus minus, so magiging plus. Negative to, plus 2y. 2 times 2, it's 4. Minus 1, it's 3. Okay. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin. Kasi ito ay equal sa, kasi hindi na natin ito na-simplify. Integral from negative 1 to 1, 3/2 ng alat plus 3/2 y. So, yan yung gagamitin natin. 3/2 plus 3/2 y. Negative 1 to 1. So, you have integral from negative 1 to 1. mx1. Anong gagamitin? mx, yc. Ano ang ating yc? It's y. Y times 3/2 plus 3/2 y dy. Then mx2. Integral from 1 to volume 2, 1 to 3. Then, mx, moment in x, yc. And what is yc? Y. And then, copy lang yung differential of area from here. So, ito ay equal sa integral of, just write. equals integral from 1 to 3. Simplify natin. 7 halves plus 1. 9 halves. Then negative 1 half y minus y. Negative 3 halves y. dy. Yusin ko lang to. Tanggalin ko muna to. Then, I hope you're doing this with me ha, on your set dy. Double check natin. 7 halves minus negative 1. So 7 halves plus 1. So that's 9 halves. Negative 1 half y minus y. So that's negative 3 halves y. So that's 1 to 3 y. 9 halves minus 3y. 9 halves minus 3y. 3 halves y, sorry. Minus 3 halves y dy, of course. Okay. Then, you integrate this. Integrate. And then, punta tayo sa moment in y1. Moment in y1, gumagamit siya ng, it's the same negative 1 to 1. And moment in y, we are using xc. And xc is plus naman siya dito. Okay? So, we have 1 half times 11 over 2 minus 5 halves y. That is your xc. Then times the area. Ito po yung area. 3 halves plus 3 halves y dy. Moment in y2 from 1 to 3. So that's xc2. That's 1 half. 5 halves plus 1 half y times the differential of area. Ito yung differential of area. 9 halves minus 3 halves y dy. Yan. Integrate. And then you can now have bar x1 equals moment in y1 bar x. Tama? Moment in y.
Yes po.
Over a1. And then bar y1 equals moment in x1 over a1. And then we have bar x2 moment in y2 over a2 plus, and bar y2 moment in x2 over a2. Okay, and then makukuha nyo na yung centroid. Centroid bar x equals a1 bar x1 plus a2 bar x2 all over a1 plus a2. Bar y is a2 bar x2 plus a hold on. Mali ko, sorry. Oo nga, tama. a1 bar y1 plus a2 bar y2 all over a1 plus a2. And therefore, the centroid is located at blank blank. Okay? And that is your task. You do this on your sheet. Na-set up na natin. The only thing you need to do is to simplify and integrate. Okay? Alright, question, clarification? Hello? Right? I hope you're doing great on your sheet. I hope you're getting this right. Question?
Wala po.
Okay, so your task is to do this on your sheet. Okay, and yeah. Hold on. I'll just stop recording.